Russia changed tactics. The South Ukrainian front received rain of fire. According to the British Ministry of Defense, Russia has the ability to change tactics by significantly redeploying forces from the Donbass region to southern Ukraine. The latest report by the British Ministry of Defense on August 1 said that over the past 4 days, Russia continued to seek tactical attacks on the Bakhmut axis, northeast of Donetsk, but made only slow progress. Russia is probably adjusting the tactics of the offensive in the Donbass after failing to achieve a decisive operational breakthrough, according to the plan that it has made since April. Russia is likely to have identified it. Zaporizhzhia front is a vulnerable area and needs to be strengthened, the British Ministry of Defense said. The British Ministry of Defence's report on Russia's change in tactics was published after the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine announced that Russia had moved a number of military units from the Sloviansk front to Zaporizhzhia. Currently, about 70% of Zaporizhzhia province in the south of Ukraine is under Russian control. Zaporizhzhia is also home to the largest nuclear power plant in not only Ukraine, but also Europe. The Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant has been under Russian control since the early weeks of the conflict. The Zaporizhzhia provincial government recently announced it was planning to hold a referendum on annexation to Russia. The date of the referendum is expected to be in early autumn. Russia has concentrated its forces and equipment in eastern Ukraine since March, after withdrawing from the capital Kiev and northern Ukraine. Moscow aims to completely liberate the Donbass region in eastern Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed on July 31 that the Russian military is trying to strengthen their positions in Russian-controlled areas in southern Ukraine, and at the same time to increase operations there. Zelensky said some units of the Russian forces are being moved from their positions in eastern Ukraine to areas in the south, to Kherson and Zaporizhzhia provinces. However, the Ukrainian leader insisted that this move by Russia was futile, and that Ukrainian forces were ready to respond. President Zelensky emphasized, from a strategic point of view, Russia has no chance of winning this war. Deputy Director of Ukraine's Military Intelligence Service Vadim Skibitsky also confirmed that Russia is moving a large number of troops to southern Ukraine to conduct combat operations there. He said that southern Ukraine is a key region for Russia, because there is the Crimea Peninsula, which was annexed to Russia in 2014. The territories of southern Ukraine have a strategic role in Russia's plan to establish a land corridor connecting the Donbass in the east to the Crimean Peninsula, allowing civilians and goods to move through the eastern region. Ukraine, which Moscow and pro-Russian forces control, the Russian-Ukrainian hostilities have tended to escalate recently, and the southern front began to heat up again with Kiev's counterattacks. Ukraine began a strong counteroffensive campaign in Kherson and some surrounding areas a few weeks ago, after receiving more Western heavy artillery, including HIMARS multiple rocket launchers. Russia has taken full control of Kherson since March, shortly after launching a military operation in Ukraine. For more than a month now, President Zelensky's government has repeatedly urged people to evacuate from Russian-controlled areas in Kherson and Zaporizhzhia, because the country's military will certainly counterattack to regain territory. In the city of Mykolaiv, bordering Kherson province, local authorities said about 40 rockets and cruise missiles were launched at Mykolaiv on July 31. Mykolaiv officials called it the fiercest attack on the city since Russia launched its military operation. On the same day, the governor of the Dnipropetrovsk region Valentin Reznichenko said that the city of Nikopol, in southern Ukraine, also received about 50 Grad rockets.